Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about solving systems using substitution. Alright, so there are a few steps we're going to go over for solving systems by substitution. Guys, remember, whenever possible, solve for a variable with a coefficient of 1 or negative 1. Okay, so you're going to start by rewrite one of the equations to isolate one of the variables, x or y. Okay, so that's why you want to solve for a variable with a coefficient of 1 or negative 1. Next, you're going to substitute the expression on the right of the equal sign into the variable in the other equation. Then you're going to solve for the variable. This is the first half of your answer. Then you're going to substitute that value into either original equation and solve for the other variable. Then you'll be able to write your solution into ordered pairs. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this first example. We have y equals 2x and x plus y equals 12. One of our equations is already solved for a variable. The top one is already solved for y. So what it says to do next, substitute the expression on the right of the equal sign into the variable in the other equation. So I'm going to substitute 2x in for y in the other equation. So when I do that, I'm going to have x plus, and instead of writing y, we know that y equals 2x. So I'm going to substitute in 2x, and it equals 12. Okay, now I need to solve this bottom equation for x. So x plus 2x is going to give me 3x equals 12. I'll divide by 3, and x equals 4. Okay, we know the value of the first part of our solution. The x value is 4. Now we need to plug this back in to either of the equations. Okay, you can plug it into the top equation or the bottom equation. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same solution for y either way. So I'm just going to use that top equation. I get y equals 2x. So I'm going to take the 4 and I'm going to plug it in for x. So y equals 2 times 4. And so y equals 8. I'm going to put an 8 there. And that's it. That's your solution to that system. Okay? So let's move on to another example. Alright, on this one, you can see the top equation is already solved for x. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3y minus 4, and I'm going to replace x in the second equation with that whole expression, 3y minus 4. So I'm going to have 2 times 3y minus 4 plus 6y equals 4. Well, to solve for y, the first thing I have to do is expand. Right here I have to distribute that 2, and then I have to combine like terms and then solve for y. So I'm going to start by distributing the 2. 2 times 3y gives me 6y. 2 times negative 4 is going to give me minus 8. Then I've got plus 6y. And then it equals 4. So I can combine my 6y's. 6y plus 6y gives me 12y. I have minus 8 equals 4. I need to add 8 to both sides to isolate my y term. So I'm going to have 12y equals 12. And then I will divide by 12 to solve for y on both sides. And so y is going to equal 1. Okay, well, there's the y part of my solution. It's 1. Okay, now that I know that y is equal to 1, I'm going to use my top equation. X equals 3y minus 4. I'm going to substitute 1 in. So I get x equals 3 times 1 minus 4. X equals 3 minus 4. So x equals negative 1. So the solution, my ordered pair, is negative 1, positive 1. Alright guys, so let's take a look at this next example. In this example we see that both equations are solved for x. And that's fine, that's more than okay. All that means is that you're just going to pick one to use to substitute in for the other. Okay, so if we use the first one and we substitute 2y minus 5 in for x into the second one, we will rewrite the second equation to be 2y minus 5 equals y minus 17. Okay, we know to solve for our variable we need all of our variables on one side of the equation, so I'm going to subtract y from both sides and I will get y minus 5 equals negative 17. Now to solve for y, I need to add 5 to both sides, and y will equal negative 12. Okay? Now that I know what y is, I can plug it in for either equation, either original equation. If we use the top one, if we use x equals 2y minus 5, I'll plug negative 12 in for y, so I'll have 2 times negative 12 minus 5. So x equals negative 24 minus 5. Negative 24 minus 5 is negative 29. Okay, so our solution is going to be negative 29, negative 12. Okay, and that is it. We are done for the day. Have a great day, guys.